Recording.
Okay. I'd like to call the meeting to order. If you do the roll call, please.
Kate Fargo, Dan Delahunt,
Here.
John Fike,
Here.
Blake Harris,
Here.
Greg Peugeot,
Here.
William Siemens.
We have the minutes for the August 22nd meeting. Is there motions?
Motion to approve the minutes?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Minutes are passed. Okay, to everybody in the audience, this is an adjudication meeting, which means that you're going to offer testimony. When you do that, you will need to come up, speak into the microphone, tell us your name and your address, and then your story. There's 3 items on the agenda. We'll do them one at a time. So the first item is at 329 Meg Street. It's an area variance to zoning code section 1129.14 to allow the construction of a residential structure which creates a rear yard setback of less than the required setback in an R2F two-family zoning district. The staff's comments, is there anything additional?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. This site is zoned R2F two-family residential. So the north, east, south, and west is also zoned R2F two-family residential. To the north, east, and south also has the transient rental overlay district. The surrounding uses of this site are residential. The existing proposed use of this site is residential. And let's see here. The applicant is in the pre-process of building a single-family home at this site. Due to the shallowness of the parcel and the unique shape, the home layout that meets the applicant needs does not comply with the setback standards. The current lot is in the city's land bank program. The land bank approved the purchase of this lot for this project on 7/15 of 2024, pending city commission approval and obtaining any variance or permits. The zoning code requires a 30-foot minimum setback at this parcel. The proposed rear yard setback is 11.5 feet, so 11 foot 6 inches. All their setbacks are met. Excuse me.
Alex, can I stop you for a second?
Yeah, sure.
I forgot to swear everybody in, so
Okay, I'll finish up and get everybody sworn in then. The setback relief sought for this property would enable a built condition that fits within the neighborhood and would enable the proposed owner to build their home. All things considered, planning staff supports the variance requested at 329 Meg Street and suggests the following conditions upon approval. That's that all permits are obtained through the building department, engineering department, division of planning, and any other applicable agency prior to any construction. Thank you.
I forgot to speak, you need to be sworn in, so we do this en masse. So if you raise your right hand, repeat after me. I promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
I do.
You were sworn in. Okay, so we have the comments. If you'd give your name and address, please.
My current address?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Taylor Hines. My current address is 401 West Shoreline, Unit 118. And this is my contractor for the house. Again, all I am asking is for a variance in the rear setback so that the house can fit me and my family's needs to have a rectangular house because of the rear yard shape.
Okay. Just a question, Alec. This property did have a house on it at one time?
I do believe so. I can't tell you when it was torn down and how long it's been in the land bank system, but I do believe there was a house here prior to, yeah.
Okay, is there something you want to tell us?
No, there's nothing for me to add other than.
You give her your name and
I'm
your
sorry,
address, please.
Erwin Hines, Taylor's father.
Your address?
22400 Halberton, Beechwood, Ohio.
Thank you.
Yeah, without the variance, obviously, it'd be very difficult to build a house on that lot. What I have found out is that there was a house that was there about 3 years ago. It was torn down.
Okay. Thank you.
That's it.
Okay. Questions, comments from the board?
I guess the only comment I have would be that, once again, it's just great to, see individuals like yourself take advantage, of these land bank opportunities. And, again, it's just a testament to, the improvements that I think we've all made collectively here in the city of Sandusky and attracting, new people, more interest, and hopefully we can just continue to move the needle forward, one house at a time, right?
Yep, great. Nothing else, a motion is in order.
Do you want to ask if anybody is
Oh,
going
I'm
to speak
sorry.
against it?
I don't know where my head is today.
Tough day, bud.
Is there anyone else who wishes to speak in favor of this? Not seeing anybody, is there anyone who wishes to speak against this request? Okay, now we're up to date again. Glad I got a good people here. So now motion is in order.
Yeah, I'd make a motion to approve the variance.
I'll second
Yes,
that.
second.
We have a motion, a second. Any questions on the motion?
Mr. Chairman, is that subject to staff conditions?
Yes, it is.
Okay. You call the roll, please.
Sorry, I'm jotting something down. Okay. Blake Harris,
Yes.
Dan Dillahunt,
Yes.
John Fike,
Yes,
Greg Pujol.
Yes.
the variance is approved.
Thank you.
You'll be
Looks like a
dealing
nice
with
house.
them to get your
Yeah.
zoning permit, and then if you know where the building department is.
Yep. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
The next item on the agenda is 1405 Cedar Point Road. It's an area variance to zoning code section 1145.15A to allow the construction of an accessory structure in the front yard of an R175 single-family zoning district. We have the staff's comments. Is there anything additional?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. This site is zoned R175 Single Family Residential. The surrounding zoning to the north, south, east, and west is also R175 Single Family Residential. The surrounding uses of this site are residential. Existing use of the site's residential, proposed use is staying residential. The applicant is in the pre-process of replacing two lakefront accessory structures with one larger structure. Cedar Point Road separates the second part of the parcel from the main part. The proposed structure would be a 55 by 25-foot cabana on the lakefront detached parcel. It's going to be a one-story structure with an average height below 15 feet. The zoning code requires that all accessory structures are permitted only in a rear yard. Accessory structures that are permitted in a rear yard must also comply with a 3-foot setback from any side or rear property lines. That is being met. The variance being requested today is to allow an accessory structure in the front yard. The variance sought for this property would result in a built condition that fits within the neighborhood. There are numerous front yard structures on the easterly side of Cedar Point Road. I personally have gone through the basement files. I pulled about a dozen historic previous variances for this similar request. All of them had been approved, except for one was partially approved. That was only because they wanted to put a 2-story structure. So all single-story structures that I have found historically have been approved. All setback requirements are met. That being said, planning staff supports the requested variance at 1105 Cedar Point Road and suggests the following conditions upon approval. That's that all permits are obtained through the building department, engineering department, division of planning, and any other applicable agency prior to any construction. I want to make a correction. I said 1105, it's 1405 Cedar Point Road.
Okay,
My name is Rick Jazade. I'm with Meraki Architects. My address is 6887 Smith Road, Suite 5, Middleburg Heights. I'm here representing Mr. Tim Ali, the homeowner. Want to see your address?
Hi there. I'm Tim Ali, 1405 Cedar Point Road here in Sandusky, and also 15,000 Ali Avenue in Middleburg Heights. We have the cabana there right now, and it's decaying, and we have a deck that is completely peeling with peeling paint and everything else that needs to get ripped out. So I want to do the right thing and make it nice and combine them.
The other thing that I would like to add is currently the existing cabana is in the right-of-way of Cedar Point Road by, I don't recall how many feet, but the whole intent is to move the cabana out of the right-of-way, 5 feet from the right-of-way, and have that open again.
That's a very good point. So right now, when we bought it, the existing cabana is in the Cedar Point easement. We're taking it out of their easement.
Great. Is there any in the audience that also wishes to speak in favor of this request?
I'm Tim's next door neighbor.
Well, come up, give your name and address, please.
I'm Cole Hanley at 1401 Cedar Point Road. I'm the next door neighbor. And I'm just here to support Tim. I think it's a good thing. That's all.
Great, thank you.
Thanks.
Is there anyone else in the audience which speak in favor of this request? Is there anyone who wishes to speak against this request? Seeing none, we'll go back to the board. Questions?
I guess my only question is, have you communicated with Cedar Point about this project, knowing that they have that easement over there and an interest in properties on that side of the roadway?
We have not. If there's a number that we need to make contact with, we will gladly do that.
Okay.
When you say that, I don't understand what you mean. What would Cedar Point, I mean, we're doing a good thing, taking it out of the easement. What should we be doing?
Yeah, I'm not saying you're not doing a good thing or that it's a bad thing. They just tend to like to have involvement because of the easement that they have. If it's completely out of the easement, it could be a moot point, but consulting with them might be advisable before they come in and, have their issues with the project, which are independent of ours.
Okay. Yeah, we can contact them. Our next door neighbor's wife is the vice president of the Cedar Point Association, so we'll do what we need to do.
Very good.
No other questions?
So how far are you into the easement currently? Do you have any idea?
How far is the existing building at?
Exactly. So in other words, you're going to start at the end of the easement, and that's where or is that where you're going to start?
No, well, no, actually, so the existing building is, I just want to say like maybe 3 or 4 feet into the easement. The new building is going to be set back 5 feet from the easement, so we're
Okay.
moving.
And I can't mind, I need more stronger glasses. How far are you from, how far do you go up north from that 5 feet where you started?
25 feet.
And how does that line up with everybody else along the beach there? Are you significantly in front of everyone else there?
It's less than the current deck. The current deck right now sticks out further.
Okay, and so will the end of the structure be where the current deck is now, or are you putting a deck on
It's,
top of that?
yeah, it's really close, within probably a foot or so.
Okay. My only other comment is that your storage area looks suspiciously like a bedroom, and I hope you're not planning on
Absolutely,
Trying to use that for a
100%, no way.
okay. Thank you.
One, it's too buggy. I would never sleep out there. It's just too buggy. But secondly is, the storage is needed just for all the outdoor, the
Sure.
water mats, the kayaks, all the water
Right.
toys.
And you didn't want to have 2 separate buildings.
Yeah, that's fine. Very good.
Any other questions? If there's none, a motion is in order.
I would like to make a motion to approve this variance with the staff recommendations and requirements.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions on the motion? Hearing none, if you call the roll.
Greg Peugeot,
Yes.
John Fike,
Yes.
Dan Delahunt,
Yes.
Blake Harris.
Yes.
Variance is approved.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
You bet. Good luck.
Thank you.
The last item on the agenda is 1022 Cement Avenue. It's an area variance to zoning code section 1145.15A to allow the construction of accessory structure in the side yard of a R140 single-family zoning district. We have staff comments. Is there anything additional?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. The zoning of this property is R140 Single Family Residential. The surrounding zoning to the north, east, and south is also R140 Single Family Residential, and to the west is GM General Manufacturing. The surrounding uses of this site are both residential and manufacturing. The existing use of this parcel is residential. The proposed use is staying residential. The applicant is in the pre-process of adding a new shed that's partially into the side yard. The proposed structure would be a 14-foot by 30-foot structure. According to the applicant, the shed will be used for woodworking, and the shed will be about 10 feet into the side yard. The zoning code requires that all accessory structures are only permitted in the rear yard. The variance being requested today is to allow an accessory structure 10 feet into the side yard. The variance sought for this property would result in a built condition that fits the large character of the parcel and surrounding properties. All homes studied in the 1,000 block of Cement Ave have large front yard setbacks and minimal rear yards. The front yard setback of this home is approximately 44 feet, creating a small rear yard setback of only 25 feet. The proposed accessory structure will be approximately 80 foot from the front property line from the front facade wall of the accessory structure. The variance would be required no matter what of the layout if the size of the structure stays the same. Based on this, planning staff supports the requested variance at 1022 Cement Ave and suggests the following conditions upon approval. That's that all applicable permits are obtained through the Building Department, Engineering Department, Division of Planning, and any other applicable agency prior to any construction. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, is there anyone in the audience who wishes to speak in favor of this request? Give your name and address, please.
Hi, my name's Tim Andrus. I live at 1022 Cement Avenue in Sandusky. Like he said that I'm going to be retiring here soon, and I enjoy woodworking. I want to put up a structure, and it seemed like the area that I put it in would be the best place for it to fit in the yard that I have. So I didn't realize at the time that it had to be totally behind the home. And I don't think that the way my property is that it would allow me to put that structure totally behind my house. So that would be the most beneficial place to have that structure put up.
Okay. Anything else?
So, no, sir.
Does anyone else wish to speak in favor of this request? Well, then you must be here to speak against it.
Yeah, except for the bank.
Any questions from the board?
Is there any way to accomplish this goal with a smaller structure and do your woodworking?
It would, I guess, sir. What I have right now is I have my equipment in the garage. My garage is approximately 14 by maybe around 20 or so, and it seems very cramped in there. So this is why I chose the size of the structure that I did. I just wanted extra room in there, and to provide, a little bit more room to move around and have things to store my equipment in that.
Thank you.
I'm just looking, I didn't know if you turned your shed 90 degrees, how far that would keep you away from the house.
Mr. Chairman, I can comment on that. I was at site a couple weeks ago. We did some measurements. Even if they were to turn it 90 degrees, you would need a setback from the distance to the house. It came out to be about 8 feet. You need 10 feet from the house.
Okay.
So if you met the house setback requirement, you then don't meet the rear setback requirement. So unless you shrunk the structure, which as the applicant stated is not ideal for safety reasons, there's no way to go forward without a variance.
We could just now allow you to retire. You won't need that then.
Wow. I hope I'm ready right now, but.
Any other questions from the board?
None for me.
I'm good.
The motion is in order then?
I would like to make a motion to support this variance with the staff's recommendations and to allow this young man the opportunity to have a new workshop.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions on the motion? Seeing none, if you'd call the roll.
John Fike,
I'm on fence here, but yes.
Greg Peugeot,
Yes.
Blake Harris,
Yes.
Dan Delahunt.
Yes.
Variance is approved.
Thank you. That-
Enjoy it.
Thank you.
You sure you want him home? Is that?
Yeah, that's why, yeah, it works for you too, huh?
Well, my father-in-law has a very similar setup.
Yes, of course.
Okay, is there any other business?
No further business for me.
And then we're
man cave.
going to have a special meeting on the 30th at 4:30.
Is that okay with you?
Three of us can make it.
Yeah, the three of us can make it. Can you check?
Let me see. I gotta check two calendars, but calendar one is, what time did you say?
4:30.
Yeah, I just have basketball practice for him and his team at 5 o'clock.
Well, it'll be,
It's gonna be like
Gonna be
really
pretty
quick.
It's a special meeting. We don't have to do 4:30. That's just the standard we follow for this board. I mean, if you want to do 4 o'clock and you all are able to make it, we could do 4 o'clock.
but for his purposes, I'd rather, if you can. do
4:30 is perfect. If I'm out of here by
One issue.
4:50,
Oh, yeah, no,
I'm just
I mean, it
going
sounds like this
a
is
couple
gonna
blocks
take
over.
a
Yeah, my
couple
work
minutes.
calendar's clear too,
Okay.
so that
Okay.
works.
So it should be a simple issue, so 4:30 then.
All right,
Awesome, great.
put it on my calendar now, just to.
And then we have the normal meeting on the 21st.
Correct. As of right now, I don't believe I have an application yet, so just stay tuned, but we'll leave that on the calendar for right now.
Great.
Great.
All right, motion to.
Motion to adjourn, please.
Second? All right.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.
Good.